Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Second Life here with the young gunner.
God'sGift Pete, man.
God'sGift Pete, man.
That?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Listen, I'm super excited to have this episode, to do this episode with the homie.
Yes.
Because what you guys didn't know is that this whole Pray About It series, this whole Pray About It, movement that we're doing right now is literally a record. In fact, this whole series has been inspired by a song that me and the homie has done.
Yes.
It's called Pray About It. Listen, when I got the track, man, there you go. You see the merch?
See the
You know what I'm saying?
merch,
See the
man.
merch, Pray About It. You already know. So when I got the record, shout out to Unseen, because Unseen, you know what I mean? Send them. Oh yeah, shout out to Unseen, you know what I'm saying? In fact, y'all looking for mixing, mastering, beats, production, all that. The information will be down here somewhere. You get to, you know what I mean, get access to the homie, you know what I'm saying? He got some amazing, in fact, his track record is amazing, you already know. But yeah, man, so anyway, he sent me the record, and when he sent me the song, the beat, I was like, yo, it just started feeding me lyrics. And, being that the whole track, the whole album is dealing with, trials and tribulation, how we overcome, I was like, yo, what better way to add to this project than to talk about prayer? We have to
It's
add
the medication.
It's the medication.
It's a fact.
Without prayer, we're not able to live. We're not able to sustain. We're not able to thrive. So, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, I got the track, started writing my verses. Shout out to J Bass, because I went to the lab in Brooklyn, New York to record the song. And I was like, yo, I don't know who to get on this record. And I was thinking, hold on. Pete, he's been doing a lot of, you've been doing a lot of things online and just in general, like ever since we connected, you've been just, like really using your gifts to the Lord, and I really respect and honor that. I was like, you know what? So we partnered up. I sent him the song. He said, yo, Lyfe, it's an honor.
Yo, bro, like it's crazy
Yeah.
because when you hit me up, it was like I see you calling me, still got the number saved and all that. Like I got a new phone and everything. I see Second Life calling me. Let me see what my dog talking about. So he called me and he's like, yo, bro, I got this record for you. He's like, yo, I'm trying to get it out by like next week. Like, can I get you in the studio tomorrow? And I'm like, listen, man, like my writing process is like, I love to write. I lock myself in my room and I write all day and stuff like that. I ain't as talented as him yet. You feel me? Who could just have songs, and I'm like, it was an honor because I love Second Life. He was my big bro when I first started. Like he was one of the guys that held me under the wing. And then I remember this specific conversation we had, and I was just like, yo, I'm a student to the game. And he was like, yo, remain like that. Always be a student to the game. Always stay humble. It's always something to learn, and I just kept that with me. And once he called me, I was like, you see how God works, right? And it was always right to make a record.
Yeah, man, and when he sent the record back, man, I was super hyped. I was like, yo, okay, this is it. This is it. You know what I mean? In fact, there's a line in the song he said, more thank yous, because I made it through that last year.
2020 was tough.
2020 was tough, you know what I mean? And he said, more thank you, so I made it through that last year.
Praying for change.
Praying for change, now I'm counting like a cashier.
Yeah.
That thing literally stuck out of the whole song. I ain't gonna, the whole record is fire. His whole verse, he bodied it. But when you said that, you know what I mean? Like, we were really thankful for God, for the fact that God actually preserved us throughout 2020. We got so many friends and family that actually passed away and transitioned.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how was your experience from,
2020 was really tough because I was at a place where it was like, okay, I was transitioning from doing the group thing to doing my own thing, where it was like, to even keep it a buck with you, even that same line where praying for change and I'm counting like a cashier, like when I came up with it, like I went to my sisters, I went to my girlfriend, I was like, yo, how do you think they're gonna receive that on a gospel record? And it was like, yo, you can always win by being you.
Come on,
you
that's
understand?
good.
Like,
say that again?
You can always win by being you.
You will always win when you are you.
Yeah, you understand? Like, say if I be like you, like I gotta come home and take off the clothes. I gotta take off. Okay, let me take off Pat. Like I'm not Pat.
I got you.
You understand? But when you be yourself, so I was just like, alright, and it's just like I've been heavy into watching battle rap a lot. So it was like that kind of just like, let me just think outside the box. Let me just let me be different. Let me stand out. You understand? So that's one of the reasons why I love the record and stuff like that.
My man said you will always win when you're you, when you authentically you.
Yes.
My wife said something that the Lord shared with her. He was like, stay in your lane. Sounds very simple.
There's no traffic.
There's no traffic. You don't get into accidents when you are in your lane. And I think oftentimes we look at other people's lanes and we want what they have. We want that vehicle. We want, what they got going on. But when you do that, not only are you a hazard to your own lane, you're a hazard to where God is taking you, but you're not able to really, be productive and actually enjoy who you really are.
One thing about that too, when you on the road, you don't know who you can hurt.
Oh.
You understand? You don't know who you can affect.
That's
You
facts.
might think you in your own lane. You switch over to another lane, you hit somebody.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Understand? Now they're hurt.
There you go.
They could die.
There you
Something
go.
could happen with them.
Come
That
on,
was
bro.
all your fault because you wanted to.
Absolutely.
You understand? You got to be obedient to the word of God and stuff like that.
Yeah.
My transition was really tough because like when I first started doing like my solo project, it was in the middle of the pandemic where it was just like, yo, how they gonna receive it? Like I can't do no shows right now. I can't do nothing. All I can do is put out. And I was like, you know what? While I'm home, I might as well do it. It was kind of frustrating because my first video shoot I ever did, my dad was he went to the hospital.
Okay.
So it was kind of stressing me because the song is called Thank You when I was recording, and it was just like, yeah, wow, he's really in the hospital and stuff like that. And we don't know what's going on right now. The first thing we're gonna think is coronavirus.
Of course,
And at that time, I didn't really have enough knowledge on that. I just see bodies just dropping.
Of course.
You know, we seeing pictures on TVs where they have trucks with just 100,000 bodies.
Yeah.
So it was just like, and everybody around me was just like losing life. So it was just like, yo, it was tough, man. And thank God for prayer, man.
Yeah, see, there you go. See, the only way we're able to, make it out of any rut or like fear, anxiety, depression is when we really lean on the grace that's provided in prayer. God gives us grace in prayer. Like when you actually literally just think about it, like, yo, hold on, prayer is really my outlet where I'm able to spend my season, my moment, my time with the creator of the universe. That he said, listen, if you come to me, you close that door and you come to me in private, I will reward you in public. That's what he says. He said, if you come and pray to me, listen, come to me in private. So prayer is literally a secret place, a secret meeting place between you with the Lord. You know what I'm saying? It's a conversation. And I love that we can find strength, through prayer. And I love that with this record, man, this record that we're about to release, man, it's a song it got that vibe to it, like we said. It's an up-tempo type of vibe. It's dope. But the message, there's a message in it, bro. And I don't want people to miss it, man. So let me take a little back because I believe that our stories are very similar in that, we were raised in Queens, New York, right? But at the same time, we are products of our environment, you know what I'm saying? Where we got caught up with, different crowds and just, the youthful situation, right? Now, the reason you are where you are today, or even into the faith right now, working at the level that you're working at, we have to attribute it to someone. Someone was praying for you, bro.
Definitely my parents, bro.
Your parents are praying.
Definitely my parents.
You're the minister.
There's times where I even pray for myself.
Come on.
Like, you understand? Like, I have friends tell me, like, yo, you still being covered by your mom and your daddy prayers.
Absolutely.
And I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
So.
Because they say prayers don't expire. You know what I mean? Like, you could say a prayer, we still living off of the prayers of our forefathers. You know what I mean? The things that they actually prayed and interceded for. Like, who knows? Maybe my great grandfather was praying for, their great grandson that, you know what I mean?
Right.
Come on, never even met. But the prayer actually caused everything to come into alignment. So,
Generation to generation.
yo, so one thing I want to ask you is, bro, do you remember a time in your life where you were in a crazy bind and you asked a mom, dad, or whoever was that person praying, yo, can you pray? Have the church pray? Because I'm sure you have moments like that.
I have a story where it's like kind of embarrassing, where it's like I had got locked up. I was in high school at the time, running around with friends, and it's just like, you get into, do bad things where it's like, now I'm sitting in handcuffs. So now it's like, what can I do? And the crimes, the charges are looking real crazy, and it's just like, yo, I'm looking like I might do time. You understand? And as a young kid, you hear time, you don't want to do no stuff like that.
Right.
So I call my mom when I'm in the bookings and stuff like that. And I call and I'm like, yo, mom, they looking like we about to do some time. Can you put up the house or the church?
I said the same thing.
So I'm like, when I told her that, she looking at me like, what?
Right.
So I'm like, man, like, is this like a message that God is trying to tell me? Like, what's going on in my life right now? Like, I'm like the anxiety is rushing. Like I'm also trying to stay in my image where it's like, yeah, I'm tough.
Yeah, we still,
I'm still a man at the end of the day. But then it's like I'm talking to my parents. Like the cops came to me at my crib, bro. So my mom is, and they don't really know. They knock on the door. The parents let you in. So it's like, damn. So now I'm going into the car and I'm looking at my parents, and I'm like, wow, my mom is just crying. So I spoke to her. She kept praying. Like, they had speaking to mind you, I'm speaking to the church from the bookings, and they don't even know I'm in the bookings. Wow. You understand? But it was a very important service, and I couldn't be there. But I still said my piece. I still said my love. So it was like, it was amazing. But the prayer of the church that night, bro. Wow. Listen, man, I'm grateful that I didn't get to do no jail time. I got to do probation, which is not jail time.
So they gave you 5 years?
Yeah, 5 years. So it was like, I was happy about that. And I learned my lesson to make sure to never get into the hands of law enforcement ever again.
Come on. And that's because of the power of prayer. Listen, similar story, bro. I was living in the attic at the time. I was staying in the attic, my mom's crib, and literally, bro, I was on my way to go to school that morning. Early in the morning, they can, bookings, the police, when they pull up early, 6 o'clock in the morning, they at your crib. And literally, bro, they walk up the attic to the stairs. I'm waking up and I see them, oh, snap. And I literally had to take a SAT, I had to take something important. They said, oh, you can do that in jail, don't worry, you'll be good. It was one of those situations, so I feel you 100%, but I told my mom the same thing, put the house up. And pray. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy because when you feel like you around a lot of people who swear they know the Lord, they swear, he's like, yeah, just tell your mom put the house up.
Right.
And I'm looking at my mom, I was like, nah. But my mom knew I wouldn't run out. You understand? Like I wouldn't jeopidize the house and stuff like that. But she was like, nah, man, like you
trust God. What she really was saying is that, listen, we're not gonna, see, sometimes a person who's solid in prayer, they don't fret so easily when they hear like terror, when they hear like something that's drama about to hit. They just like.
I thought she didn't care, bro.
See, that's what it was. That's what we probably were seeing. But at the end of the day, she knew the God that she served. We gonna trust God in this situation. And not only that, even if it costs for you to even spend that time to learn your lesson, sometimes it's that. Sometimes you gotta trust God even in releasing that whole situation. So anyway, I love that story, and that story is a powerful testimony of the power of prayer. And I'm at a state in life where I believe that I cannot live without prayer. Prayer is more than just what we do at, let's just say, before we wake up, before we eat, before we, you know what I mean? It's beyond that. Prayer should be your lifestyle. Prayer should be something that you can't live without. Just like the birds cannot live without flying, and how you call it, or thrive without flying, or the fish cannot live apart from the sea. We can't, as believers, as people who trust in the Lord with all our hearts, we can't live apart from prayer. And I just want to encourage you guys out there today, man. Listen, if you didn't take out time today to pray, in fact, there's a song that says,
that's my favorite song.
That's the sing?
That's crazy.
What's the title again? So it's like when you wake up in the morning, did you pray? Because sometimes we neglect. We wake up and we just jump on Facebook, we jump on Instagram.
My church named Sammy once taught me that song. And ever since I learned that song has been in my head forever. One of my favorite.
Yes, absolutely. See, shout out to Sammy Laws because she sounds like a prayer warrior too.
Definitely, that be sooner, bro.
Yeah, man. So what I plan to do with this record, which I want y'all to do. In fact, y'all see the merch. I want to talk a little bit about it.
Pray
you know what I'm saying? Pray about it. You see the man. In fact, somebody just mentioned that the man that's praying kind of look like an E, but it's not an E. Right? You know what I mean? It's really Frank. You know what I mean? Hey, but it's all good. We just be creative with it. Y'all can let y'all brains work. But it says, before you make a move, pray about it. In fact, that's a line in the song. Before you make a move, pray about it. I think we live in a society where a lot of people, especially millennials, especially young people, they just make decisions based on what they feel at the moment. But sometimes prayer would allow you, before you even make that move, you got to consider prayer. And what prayer does actually tells you, before you make a move, you go to a solitude place. You go to you pull back for a moment and get a release before you go out there and do what it is that you feel you should be doing. It's your GPS. So talk about that, you know what I mean, as far as like being in a fast-paced society where a microwave generation, like how have you been navigating and keeping prayer as like the thing that guides you and leads you? You know what I'm saying? Is there
what it is with prayer with me is like, don't get it twisted, I pray a lot, I pray every day, but I'm not one of those people who's like my mom is one of those people talking about sis, like all day, like I'll be in the crib writing music and she's praying all day. You understand? So those type of things where it's just like, yo Lord, like I want you to use me. Like I don't want, people will see God's gift, they'll see all of that, but that's not the message I want. I want people to know like, yo, you can still have a life where it's like not the ordinary to others and stuff like that, and God still love you.
Yeah.
You understand? You don't have to be a pastor's kid for God to love you.
Absolutely.
You don't have to be a damissioner for God to love you. You understand? Like, and God is a big God, where it's like you can preach the word, where you can dance, you know, to save lives, where you can do anything. So you know, like I'm happy with the lane that he brought me in and stuff like that. Like, and I pray to him and I let him know, like, yo, listen, this is of you. I want you to be glorified. I put God and Jesus in every song that I do. A lot of people always say, like, you know, like, don't put God too much in the music. Don't put Jesus. Nah, that's who I serve.
Right, of course.
You understand? Like, I'm not afraid of it. You understand?
So
like, I always make sure that I pray to him. I always ask for guidance and stuff like that as well too. But
that's dope.
Ever since I started learning the power of prayer, man.
Yeah. And I like that you mentioned that, because some people feel like if you're not doing the if you're not doing this, you know, the midnight prayer and
like
your 4 a.m. prayers, that you're not really in the will of the Lord.
Yeah, I felt like that.
Yeah, and sometimes we could feel that way, but that's maybe God wires us each differently. Maybe through your art, maybe that's your contribution, or that's the time that you really get to really connect with the Lord in that space. For me, I'm a songwriter. We're songwriters, so you understand what that looks like.
Those processes can be tough, and you know, like when you looking for inspiration or trying to, you know, like you speak to God, like, yo, God, like, you know, like I need you right now to, you know, come down and fill this place.
Yes.
You understand? Use me, let them see you and not me.
Right.
You understand? Like I always make sure I invite God to every songwriting session. Every songwriting session is very essential.
I want to ask you, man, what you got coming up, bro? Because I know you got a record that's about to drop really soon.
Yes, I got Blessed coming out June 4th. Blessed.
June 4th.
Yes, I ain't lucky, I'm blessed.
Yo, that joint fire, man. We was jamming to it in the car. That joint's lit, man. That joint's lit.
And it's real talk. A lot of people will see me and be like, yo, you went through this, you went through that. You're very lucky. And it's like, nah, it's not lucky. Lucky is something that happened by accident.
Come on, that's true.
You understand?
Yeah.
So it's like, these things been going in my life a lot of times.
Right.
I'm very blessed. I don't take no day for granted.
That's good.
Because a lot of people around me, you don't know when is nobody's last time. You understand? Like, everybody know their birthday, but nobody don't know their deceased day.
Come on.
You
Say that again.
Everybody know their birthday, but nobody don't know their deceased day.
Come on,
you
facts.
understand? We live in these times like, oh yeah, we got time tomorrow, and you just never know. So like me, like I try my hardest to continue to just keep grinding, keep working. Blessings on the way. And I hope
June 4th, guys.
I hope it ministers to somebody, man. Even if it don't minister to everybody, if it touch one person. I'm happy.
That's dope.
My mission is accomplished.
And one thing I want you guys to really do, man, please pray for my bro, man, God'sGift Pete, because he's a young brother who could be doing anything in life. He could be out there, you know what I'm saying? In fact, he don't really necessarily, he could be turned up. He don't have to do gospel. So you don't have to, bro. And first of all, and we know, you know, the whole gospel industry, especially for independent artists, is really, as far as financial or like, you know, monetary gain, it's really not, you know, an open lane for that, especially for young independent artists. But so there's really a passion, it's a love, it's a drive, a motivation. He just loves it, and he wants to make sure that people could be inspired, could be, you know, encourage you out there and walk with the Lord. So that right there, and it costs him. It costs you studio time. You know what I mean? Video, my man.
Rehearsal time.
Come on.
It costs merch time.
All
They're spending money on merch.
Come on.
They're spending money on like just everything. Everything costs money.
Facts, man. I think a lot of people, a lot of maybe the average music consumer, they don't consider the price that the artists really have to pay, especially in these days and time, because the way music is consumed nowadays, people are streaming everything, so you don't really see, you know what I mean, the investment, you know what I mean, that you have put in. You don't see that return like that, you know what I mean? But in all, we're doing all this for the glory of God, to make sure that one soul, one purpose, one person could be encouraged, could be inspired by what we do. So I want you to support my brother, God'sGift Pete, on his record that's about to drop in June 4th. In fact, he got some other joints that's out. In fact, you got a record that's out right now.
I got a record with my boy Weezy. He just dropped a record called Always Worship. And it's crazy how we came about it, because me and Serge was working on some music, and he
Shout out to Serge.
Shout out to Serge.
You already know.
Shout out to my boy Serge. Shout out to my boy Gee. Shout out to all my guys.
Yeah.
But it's crazy because like he brought the record to me, and I'm like, oh wow, this song sounds really nice. Like I didn't even know he was doing music. And he was like, yo, bro, I got a lot of music. I'm hungry. I'm ready to work. And it's so crazy because we could be just chilling in the crib, smoking weed, or just drinking, or chilling with girls, or doing anything. Like we don't like. We do it because we love to do it. You understand? Like it's a real love. It's very stressful. Everybody got bills, but you know, but It costs.
Yeah, it costs.
Understand? So I just want everybody to just, however you can, whether you like it or not, it's not for everybody. That's one thing I had to learn. Like music, not everybody like all the Drake songs. Not everybody like all the Jay-Z songs. You know, not everybody's gonna like your song.
Facts.
You know,
Facts.
it be like
well, you better like this joint. This joint's fire.
You better like it.
Pray about it, baby. Nah, let me stop.
You understand? So I come to learn that. So it's like I don't really I don't do the politics of you this, you that, you this, you that. My music that I put out is a sole purpose. Yes, it gets the attention of young people, but it's a sole purpose behind everything. I'm not leading nobody the wrong way. Because me, myself personally, at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, I just want to see God.
You just want to see God, man. Now I want to ask you that question. Do you want to see God? Then do what he called you to do. Stay in your lane, number one, right?
No traffic.
No traffic. Stay in your lane. Let's trust God. Trust God even in your process. Because sometimes the way you're wired is not like how somebody else is wired. And it's all good. You're different. You're unique. That's why you got bacon, egg, and cheese, and you got sausage, egg, and cheese, right? You got two different situations that caters to different demographics. It's all good. But at the same time, guys, be inspired and be encouraged by what God called you to do. If you can't find encouragement in what God called you to do, it's going to be hard for you to be committed to what God called you to do. So find life in what God called you to do. Ask the Lord. Go to find some time with you and the Lord where it's just not a lot of people around, and so God can really just solidify what it is he called you to, man. So listen, man, this record, Pray About It, we're going to be releasing it very, very soon. In fact, I think after this video drop, we may even have it linked, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? For you guys to probably, I don't know where we're going to debut this, but at the end of the day, you're going to hear this record. You know what I mean? We're working on the video. We got some stuff that we got cooking and behind the scenes, but we want you guys to really remain at the feet of the cross, at the feet of Jesus, because he's the answer. He's the answer to your life's dilemma. He's the answer that you need, especially in these unprecedented times. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if you got some last words.
Yeah, I do. And it's crazy because God just put it in my heart. Like it's kind of off topic, but value people. Everybody that's on your team.
Come on.
It doesn't matter if the person is cleaning up. Like whatever they do, everybody plays a pivotal role. Value your team. Pray for your team. Encourage your team. Because you can come into a rehearsal and you're not knowing what someone's going on.
Yeah, that's true.
You
That's
understand?
true.
Somebody can be having suicidal
Come
thoughts.
on. That's true.
You understand? And as a leader and somebody like that, those type of energies you gotta read off. Like people will look at a musician and be like, okay, they're a machine.
Right.
Nah, they're not machines.
Human
like,
beings.
Yes, they're beasts at what they do, but they're also humans. They have real life bills. They have real life situations that's going on, and they come into your spot to make sure that you are like everything that you wanted, like everything you get what you paid for.
Yeah,
you understand? Like just disrespect people, value people, love people. You never know what somebody's last day. You never know if their kids is giving them problems, their wife is giving them problems, their job, or whatever it is. They could be sick, any type of sickness. Just value people, always.
Value people, man. And that's the number one goal, man. You're right.
Love people.
Love people. Love people. I mean, I had a phrase that says, honor God, honor others, man. Because look, if you just living for yourself, man, then you're not really in the race, bro. You're not really in the race. So listen, like the homie said, value people, you know what I mean? I say find life, you know what I'm saying, in what you do. And at the end of the day, God's gonna reward what you put your hands to. So at the end of the day, shout out to all you guys who've been supporting. Love you guys. We got the record coming out. Support the merch. In fact, we got the merch that's gonna be pulling up really soon. In fact, if I can show y'all this jump right here. See that, man?
Pray about it on the back there.
So, love y'all guys for life, man. Stay tuned for the next episode coming to you guys really, really soon. Love y'all to life.
Yes, sir. Love you too. God'sGift Pete, man. Shout out to my boy Sue.
Shout out to Sue.
Yes,
You
sir.
already know. Let's go.